And we're live. Well, we're not really live, but
As live as we can be.
this is Daniel. Daniel, 5 Minute Gracie.
Yeah. Is that 2 months? 3 months? 4 months?
Oh
Was
God, it's really. It feels
It's
like I
been-
just started
yeah.
going as.
Yeah, I'll take one. Thanks.
I feel like I just started jujitsu yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's been 4 months, dude.
The crazy thing about going to Gracie is, the more I go, the less I think I know.
Oh, just you wait till the advanced class, my dude.
Oh.
What I've heard is like it's starting back at square one. You know, the first day you come in, it's like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Do you remember your first good roll? I think my first good roll at Gracie. Who the fuck did I roll with?
I think I rolled with John for my first one. Yeah, it was John.
Was it John?
Kicked his ass. But,
Speaking of John, where the fuck are you, John?
yeah, it's kind of disappointing, bud.
Don't know where you are. I haven't showed at the class. I can't really talk too much shit.
Nah, he was here Monday?
Mm.
Yeah, I would say he was here Monday, because I missed Tuesday.
So why'd you pick Gracie?
Ha!
Why'd you pick Gracie?
Just talking about it.
Yeah? Wait,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, yeah. The dude, Thomas, he's a French dude I was rolling with. He's been doing it for like 4 years, but all no-gi stuff, so he's got to start like from back at the beginning.
Oh, really?
For gi and stuff. Yeah, he's super good, dude. Yeah, he was like, oh, you can do this or this. I was like,
Wait,
oh,
rolling
God.
with or the guy you were training with tonight?
Yeah, I was training with.
Okay. He asked me tonight, he goes, is it no-gi? I was like, not till you're in the advanced class. And he just kind of shrugged and like, I don't know, that's not a me thing.
Yeah, no, he said he was doing like 2 years in France, and then now he's at NC State for like a French program, and then he's been doing it at NC State or something for 2 years, and then he just found Gracie on the interwebs, as did I. So yeah, I mean, I literally just typed in jujitsu
That's what I did.
just near me. I was like, all right, Gracie, I know that name. All right, it's got to be good. And then first class, I'm like, okay, this is hella good.
So, the guy that owns the gym, Brandon Gardner,
Brandon Gardner.
didn't know how much of a badass he was.
Oh my God.
Guy is phenomenal. I was like, first time I saw him, I saw the cauliflower ear, so I was like, he probably knows what
He
he's
probably
doing.
knows kind of what he's doing, and then you look up some of his videos and the fact that he trained Tim Kennedy and is the SF hand-to-hand combat instructor. Is currently actually the SF hand-to-hand
What's SF?
Special Forces.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's done some badass stuff.
So I don't know how to describe Brandon. If you didn't know Brandon, at first glance, he's kind of a shorter guy.
Yeah,
And he doesn't look very intimidating at all.
No, he's definitely ripped.
Yeah, he is shredded.
Yeah,
But you can't really
wouldn't
tell.
be able
With
to tell.
clothes on.
Yeah, no.
But then you see him throw gi on, and you're like, damn.
Okay,
Like,
this guy's a little scary.
and then you see him roll, and you're
Yeah.
like, and when he teaches, he's just like, he flows so good.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
It's almost. I mean, what we're saying today, right? It's literally a chess game.
yep.
It's awesome, and he plays out the moves perfectly. He's always 6-7 steps ahead and knows exactly what he's gonna do before it even happens. Sometimes.
It blows my mind, like, how, people think of fighting, and they're just like, it's just two knuckleheads throwing fists.
Well, yeah, I mean, they've never seen it from the movies, right?
Yep.
And it's stupid stuff. Like, some movies do a decent job. Most of it's just choreographed and so like that. Or I see it from, like, 1 or 2 YouTube videos, and it's people that have never actually done anything. And they're
No.
just chucking punches at
Yeah.
each other.
There's always that one guy that has, like, that mean fucking right, or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he gets lucky,
Like,
you know?
cannon.
Yeah.
But,
And the
like-
dude's out, and he's like, oh, okay, cool.
But even if you had a cannon on your right arm, if you couldn't hit what you were aiming
It
at,
doesn't matter. You can have all the power you want, but if you have no accuracy or no the fundamentals, I guess, then yeah, you're not getting anywhere with that.
it's weird because, like, the more and more I roll outside of class, the more and more I feel confident about, like,
Oh, yeah, it
You're
starts
like-
sizing people up. It's like, I could take this
like,
guy.
yeah, I mean, if
Alright.
he came at me, I'd probably try to walk away to start with, but I was like, he wouldn't want it.
No, no.
But I know this other cat named Sam Finn, and Sam is one of the other people that doesn't look
Yeah, that's the scary thing, dude.
intimidating at all. He's very goofy. He's like,
Yeah.
smiles all the time. He just got his purple belt, and like the first time I rolled with Sam, he just rolled me around.
Destroyed you.
He did this choke on me, right, where he covered my nose and my mouth,
Mhm.
and I'm like, he's like, it's
He's
a
like,
fucked
yeah,
up
you're
feeling.
done.
Let me breathe for a second. And you go back. He's
Yep.
like, escape. I'm like, I can't escape.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. Sits on your arms or pin your arms. I did that to Luke today, where I kind of brought his gi over his face and just kind of laid it over there and started tightening down on it. And it's effective, but it's a dick move, 100%.
so you're in the military. They taught you basic fighting in there, right?
They did not actually.
Really?
So that's
Misconception.
well. So let me we'll just explain this a little bit. So, there isn't as much of a need now as in previous years for close-in fighting, right? Everything is very, or should be pretty long range. And by long range, 25, 50 meters, right? That's probably the minimum distance you'll engage a target. Hopefully, right?
In best case scenario.
In best case scenario, right? Shit happens sometimes, right? You know, you go through a door and suddenly the dude's right there and you have to figure it out, right? However, you know, back in World War II, Vietnam, that kind of stuff, you know, you had targets that would just run at you. You know, the Chinese back in the Korean War, I actually listened to a book on this. It's actually really good.
Oh.
We can get into that a little later. But they would just charge hills. Like, they would just bonsai charge hills. You know, hundreds of them, thousands of them just come run up that hill, and it didn't matter how many you shot, there was 2 to take its place, and, you know, 10 minutes later, they're in your trenches, and it's all hand-to-hand, right? So it's a necessity to teach troops how to use a bayonet, how to butt stroke someone, you know, how to do all this stuff. Well, now, the bayonet,
That's funny.
It is funny. It's kind of weird.
But now,
like, hand-to-hand is sort of taught. They've got a little bit of basic grappling, if you will. You know, it's kind of rolling people or throwing people or pinning, you know, if someone mounts you, pinning their arms and rolling over, right? And not until you get into a little specialized...
like SEAL training and shit?
Sure, yeah. Either you have to find kind of special units that will teach it themselves, and you'll have, there is Army combatives that you can go to, but it's not required. So it's almost like a, if you're in the big Army, it's an elective. You know, it's not a required course. You can go to it, and it is hella effective, and there are some badass dudes out there, but it's not required. But once you get into the more special units and the more specific units, if you will, they will have their own courses. I mean, like we said, Brandon teaches SF, basic combatants. And
at that level, you're probably required to already know something.
No,
you just start fresh.
Yeah, I mean, selection, you don't have to know anything. Like, Special Force selection is a 3-week haze, just hazing. Literally out in the woods in North Carolina, you just put a back on your back of 70, 80 pounds, you just walk in the woods for 3 weeks. You do other shit. Yeah. So it's not, so that's the thing, right? So the whole philosophy, we're getting into a whole other sidetrack, but the whole philosophy behind selection, SEAL selection, Army SF, MARSOC, that's Marine Special Forces, you don't have to come in knowing those skills. They can teach you skills. They just need to know that you're willing to learn, willing to work as a team, and is not going to quit, right? So as long as they can weed out the ones that don't have that, they can teach you whatever you need to.
Really?
Whether it be, you know, shooting's a huge thing, combatives, land, navigation, literally everything, right? So, you know, coming into those units, you don't have to know anything. And a lot of people assume that if you're in that unit, you know all that stuff, which is somewhat true if you've been in that unit for a while.
Because you go out with your boys, and of course you want to learn what they know.
Right. There's
You don't want to be
always a little contest, if you will. You know, we're all alpha males, right? Generally, right? So we all kind of want to do a little better than each other. So if you ran the course in 30 seconds, I'm going to do 25.
Yeah.
The next time I'm doing 20. And so as long as that little getting ahead of each other, it's good. It's friendly. It's not like, you know, cheating to get ahead.
Well, you can't cheat. There's certain things in this world.
Oh, you cannot.
You can't cheat.
No, you
cannot.
Like that. Yes. Yeah. If you can't shoot, you can't shoot.
Yeah.
You can't.
You can roid up and get huge, but if you can't, you know, if you can't throw hands, it doesn't make
matter.
a damn bit of
You're just a big boy that can't do shit. So.
Well, I mean, look at people like Bruce Lee. Like, what? He probably weighed like 140 pounds.
Oh, he's tiny, dude.
Yeah, but man would fuck you up.
Yeah, that's a big no for me.
Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris was a little dude.
He was a little dude, but he was fucking ripped. So
I feel like it's easier, and like not putting down smaller people. It's easier to look ripped when you're smaller, because you can put on so you weigh 180 pounds.
Well, your muscles are smaller, if you will.
But like, say you weigh 180 pounds at 6'4", sure. 180 pounds on like 6 foot looks way different. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
especially muscle.
It does. Yeah, I mean, getting abs when you're smaller is a lot easier and skinny.
Yeah,
it's fucking hard.
Oh god,
like when you're
like
big,
you chase that forever.
It's a freaking struggle, and then food is a huge influencer, and I like food too much. So
yeah, especially the worst food. Isn't that weird how like the shit that tastes best is like the worst,
Worst for you, yeah. It's a horrible mentality.
You go to the fair, you're gonna fuck your diet all up.
I'm trying not to. I'm really trying not to.
Just fried everything.
I know. I'm gonna try to eat beforehand. Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna try beforehand and eat and just not feel hungry because that's when it gets you, right? You can resist a little bit. Once you start getting those hunger pains, you're like, oh man, dude, those donuts look really good.
And they're double fried.
Oh, they would taste so good right now.
But to digress, when you're talking about World War II, and so I heard that they taught the Japanese were taught pole vaulting.
Sure.
So they would just pole vault over A, dead bodies, and B, over like barbed wire, just to land in the trenches, just to get bodies in there. You know what I mean?
So that's interesting. I've never, I would believe it. I've never heard of read an instance of where that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, needless to say, the Japanese were very.
They're nuts. That's why the whole 1911 thing was started out in the military, because they had those fucking little vests and it'd take 9mm all day.
Oh, easy, yeah.
But
they keep coming at you.
The 45 is like a grandma deadlifting 300 pounds
right there, dog. Yeah, it shreds.
That's a big fucking shell. That's a hand cannon. That and like a 357 is a big bullet too.
Oh, dude. And, yeah, the 357 is
But like accurate and like effective to what? Like 20 yards maybe?
Maybe. And how many rounds do you have, right? You got 8.
Yeah. You better
and
those 8.
Yeah, and then I have to reload, and there's 6 dudes, and then took the, I hit 8, and suddenly there are 8 more coming at me, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's where Glocks kind of got it in the bag, because they have double stack fucking everything.
Well, a lot of things have double stack, and it's fantastic.
Yeah. And they make a 45.
They do.
But their new thing is like a 10mm, I think.
Really?
Yeah, that's like their step up. That's their competitive. It's a bear gun, is what they call it.
Okay, I mean, I could see that. That would be actually pretty sick.
But
I'd like.
I don't know. Like, realistically, a 9mm is plenty of fucking firing power.
It is. So depends on where you want to go with this, right? So everybody has the 9mm versus 45 and whatever, right? There are some differences. You'll find it much easier to get a double stack in a 9mm than you will a 45. So if you want suppression over the size of the round, or the penetration, or the damage, right? Go with the 9mm, because you have more rounds, you can suppress the target, and hopefully maneuver on him and engage and yada yada yada. With the 45, you have better penetration power, right? So if I'm shooting through a window, or he has a vest on, or
a door, or anything,
a car door, dude, that 9mm, it may take 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds to actually pen that window. The first round may impact, it may start to shatter a little bit, and the next 3 may finally shatter it, but that's 4 seconds.
Yeah.
If you're really freaking fast and accurate, and 4 seconds is a lot of time.
Yeah.
So.
In anything, in racing and in guns and anything.
Well, anything that matters, yeah.
That's a choke.
Oh, yeah, 4 seconds? Yeah. Nick choked me out last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had him. I was in mount, and he went for the cross collar choke or whatever. And I got a little greedy because I was gonna. I saw his first hand, and as soon as I was gonna go for an armbar when he reached the second hand up, but he was faster than I expected, so he just got there. I was like, oh, okay, I can't really do anything. So I was like, all right, how long is it gonna take me to get choked out? Because I've never been choked out before.
That moment of like, oh, he's got me, and it's like you can get out if you try.
Oh,
but
if you really try.
It's like. Should I try to get out, or should I just tap and then roll another round? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was doing it for the scientific purposes of, all right, this is what it feels like. It sucks, by the way.
It's crazy because when I first started rolling there, I'd roll really hard and like try to like muscle people around. But now I've gotten to a point.
You don't have to.
Who was that big dude I was training with today?
I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, it starts with a J.
Oh, bro, I can't.
I'm
me for not remembering
terrible
his
name.
Sorry, man. But to size him up, he's a giant black dude. He's like,
he's massive.
He's
not just big.
6'3",
He's
6'4"?
ripped.
Yeah. Oh, and he's chiseled.
Oh my god, dude.
He does powerlifting.
Does he really?
That's what he's telling me today. He's like, I do powerlifting, and like, so I was trying to we're practicing arm bars today, and I was trying to put my legs around. I couldn't get my freaking.
I heard you.
I was like,
I can't get my foot
I can't get
over
my leg, and even when I got it over his head, his strap was stopping. And I'm like, bro, I was like, I don't know how I'd submit him. Like, honestly, I have
no.
Like
it'd have to be a choke of stuff, or an arm lock, because he's so big.
or like a wrist lock.
Yeah, a wrist
lock.
lock.
Had to be a wrist lock.
Because when you get that big, you don't have that flexibility anymore. So that simple shoulder lock, you just have to get a little bit in there, and he's capping.
That's gonna be a
he's a scary dude.
Yeah, he is, and he's the nicest guy.
It's weird. It's the biggest, meanest looking guys are most likely the nicest
cool,
guys
yeah.
to meet.
Oh man.
And it's the tiny ones that are just massive dicks.
Yeah,
which is kind of nice.
All right. Who's our other coach? Jason.
I was gonna mention him too.
I fucking love him, dude.
Oh, he's really
shout
nice
out to
too.
all the coaches at
They
Gracie,
are
man.
freaking
Y'all are
phenomenal.
awesome. Like hearts out. And it's crazy.
out,
like I'm so proud to say I trained there.
Oh, dude.
You know, and I catch some shit from other people around town. They're like, "Oh, Gracie's this." I'm like, "Yeah, well, you know, I
come out.
You come out. Come to
Let's see what happens. Let's go, bro."
And like, I don't think any one person or place is better than the other. You know what I mean?
I think Gracie's definitely better than the other gyms.
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta look like Gracie's a name. There's Gracie's everywhere. You know.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
You know, I don't think that any one place is like better than the other. I promote if you want to learn to like fight and not be an asshole about it. I'm so down.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And if you're a hothead that just thinks you got hands, go to a couple classes.
Oh, absolutely.
And
you're gonna get your shit.
You remember that moment of humbling? Like mine was like I rolled with this guy named Hamid. He was my coach originally.
Really?
And he was a brown belt at the time. And he probably still, I don't know what he is now. I know.
It's a lot of hours to get from that next gap.
But, like, he was just laughing when he was rolling with me. And I was, like, sucking wind. Like,
Yep.
You know?
Because you don't know what else to do when you're new. Like you said, you have to muscle everybody around.
And you're so twitchy because you're scared.
Oh,
you're like,
yeah.
why are they grabbing me?
And you're using so much energy to resist when you don't really need to. Like that handhold, okay, he's got a handhold. I don't need to rip it off.
Rip it off. Because why? Why? What is he
going to do with it? Okay, if he does that, I'm just going to counter this. Yeah.
And, like, that's such an impressive thing. But, like, to digress a little bit, I thought guns were cool for a long
They
time.
are cool. But
yeah, they're definitely
you're
cool.
not wrong.
But, like, the off chance you run out of bullets, or for, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Even Brandon said, like, you can break an arm, you can catch a bullet, and still, you
keep
still
going.
do something.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Keep going.
But if you pass the fuck out...
Yeah, there's not much you can do. Yeah, adrenaline doesn't help against chokes. It's awesome.
Yeah, choke is, like, the one thing, like, now you're out. Like, now what? You know what I mean?
No, dude, yeah. I mean, you've seen videos of, like, nothing recently I think of, but just some massive dude that's on PCP or whatever, and it takes, like, 20 cops, you know? There's one video, like, in the 90s or something, just massive dude, just cops just beating the hell out of him, and he's not going down.
No, not at all.
And just imagine if any one of those guys had a little bit of training, just come out there rear naked, and he's gone, you know?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say, like, I think everyone should learn martial arts, because I feel like there's a couple people in this world that don't really need that power.
So here's the thing. Here's a counter to that, right? From my experience, which is not much, however, the good people, if you will, people who are not going to abuse this power, have that dedication, time, and it's just mainly the dedication and the will to learn it, right? You have the assholes, or the people that are going to abuse it, they may go out a little bit, but they're not going to have that same dedication or that motivation to learn and to train. So eventually they kind of peter out, and then the good guys kind of get better.
Yeah.
It's not always true, obviously.
I feel like it's a very humbling thing, too. Like,
oh, yeah.
The more and more I train, the more and more I have respect. And the less and less I feel the need to prove myself in situations.
Because you've already proved yourself in other situations.
Like, if there's a bar fight, I'm like, hey, guys, you should probably not do that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like...
You don't need to be like, oh, you know, big bad, you know, shoving people around. It's like, because I know if something goes down, I can probably take this guy.
Yeah, and
I don't need to prove it.
30% of bouncers are like that. They're like, oh, I'm a bouncer, I have to whoop this guy's ass. It's like,
well, a lot of times because they have nothing else.
Yeah.
They don't have any formal training. They're just big, you know? They found some dude on the street that has the biggest... you know, biceps or whatever, and he looks intimidating.
Yeah. Well, I mean, looking intimidating is part of bouncing, but, like...
I mean, you're not wrong. You're 100% not wrong. You can't take,
if you look big, you know what I mean?
I
Some big guy grabs you, no matter how much you train, for that minute of them grabbing you, you're like, ooh,
oh, yeah, all right.
He's strong.
Yeah, I feel his power. I mean, yeah, like Brandon.
Yeah.
Like, he could bounce. I mean, he could bounce because he has the skills, but he gets
who would
so
be, like,
shit.
on the first... God, I can't believe we forgot that dude's name. The guy I rolled with tonight. Man, I am so sorry, dude, if you ever watched it. If you saw him and he wasn't smiling like that, and then...
I'm scared.
Yeah. Think about if after, like, 5 years of training, that man is going to be, like the one that you want as a friend.
I'm legitimately scared. Yeah, no. He's an awesome dude, but I would never want to go against him in, like, a legit thing.
I don't even want to roll with him. You know, and the crazy thing is, like, I'm better at rolling with people my size or within 10 to 15 pounds within my size than I am to roll with someone that's 110 pounds or
100%.
You know what I mean?
Well, like Jesse.
Yeah.
You know Jesse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool kid. You're freaking awesome. But you're just small. And it's not your fault, obviously. It's not his fault. But I'm twice his size, and I know just as much as he is, so I'll muscle him around.
Yeah.
I'll literally pick him up and
you
grab
gotta
his back.
grasp. It's like,
It's like,
I don't even need you
ripping it off. Yeah. So, it's, once you get to the higher levels, you can, like Jason, right? He's tiny. He's Jesse's size, but I can't tap him.
Yeah, there's
I've
no
tried.
way.
I cannot tap him.
I look at that advanced class sometimes, and I look at some of them, like that one chick. She goes like once a week, and she's been going forever, and she's in the advanced class.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And it's like I kind of look at her, and she still looks very green to me.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean?
I feel like if we actually got into a fight, it'd be hard.
But then there's the Martha is her name in our other class, the blue belt girl, the older lady.
Yeah.
And she's a blue belt. And
Oh yeah.
she we were messing around one day, and she's like, oh yeah, you're gonna get out of my armbar, or here's a triangle. I'm like, you're gonna get out of my triangle, back to the armbar. I'm like, yo, stop.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing, dude. Like,
oh yeah, she's a little advanced in age, and being tapped,
Right.
in my prime. I'm like, all right, a little humbling there.
and she's like, ow, my hip, and like I'm freshly 30, and
Sure.
I'm like, my back, my neck, my feet, oh, my armbar and my stack.
Nice, I like that one. That was well done, dog. That was well done. Yeah.
So, I was talking to what's the guy behind the desk today?
Carl.
I was talking to Carl today,
I like him.
and he said that as long as there's no profanity on the patches, we can put whatever patches we want.
Oh, I was
on
gonna
our
ask you about that, dude.
dude, whitest belts.
Yeah.
So we came up with this because we're all white belts.
Joe came up with this.
All right,
Close
maybe.
enough.
But there's a group of us. There's you, me, there's John.
There's you, me, and John. It's
pretty much
you,
us.
me, and
Jorge-ish, but like.
If he came to the night classes where everybody else came.
Yeah, Jorge, where you at, buddy? The cool kids come tonight. But we want to get these patches say the whitest belts you know.
It's gonna be good stuff.
And I love watching the newer kids come in because they're like, oh, you got a stripe on your belt. They're like, you must be good. I'm like, I'm not.
Oh yeah, coming in, I was like, oh dude, this guy's got a wrestler. Damn, he's
Like,
been coming for a
I
while.
was like, no, I really haven't.
He's like, no, it's 10 classes, bro. Trust me, 3 weeks from now, you're gonna be in the same position I was.
And and the amount that I've retained versus the amount that I've been, I've retained maybe 10%.
Oh, I have to go over things multiple times. I can't. Go ahead, sorry.
The only reason I learned armbar so good is because they were done to me so many times.
Oh yeah.
And they taught them in class, but I didn't learn them in class.
Yeah, the stuff we did today, I'm not gonna remember. I'll tell you right now. Give it 12 hours from now, I'm not gonna remember anything. I'll remember the wrist turning maybe, but until I actually do it and start applying it, it's not gonna happen.
Jorge's gotten good. Everyone, so we all.
I tapped him actually.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Well, we all came we were all in decent shape, but now we're slowly becoming chiseled out of wood.
Yeah,
I've gotten so much tougher from this.
Oh yeah.
Like
my hands, dude, the ends of my fingers are
from
all
grabbing
rubbered.
shit.
Yeah, dude, because I'm grabbing like this, and suddenly, I'll come home and everything feels just rough. It's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Nice.
And the gi grabbing, I don't know.
Oh, y'all have some freaking rough gis, dude. Y'all gotta get a soft ass one.
Amazon's such a pain in the ass at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh wow, if I buy this gi, I can buy this gi. But you don't want to be the dude rocking the coolest gi in class and getting tapped by everyone. I got a tiger on the inside of my gi. It's like, well, whatever. You just got Kimura.
Yeah, maybe.
How did that gi help you there?
Mm-hmm. I like the soft ones over than because the Gracie ones are just the ones you can buy from the store are just hella rough, which isn't bad, but it just gets.
Well, they soften up, mine after
yeah, sort of. No, it has, but it's not.
But it's not.
It's not anywhere close to cloth. It's
someone just got a new
cardboard.
gi that was really nice. But you pay for what you get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
You're about to start Muay Thai, so you're gonna have to get pads. I'm glad I got cheap pads.
Yeah.
To start out with.
Did you buy them from the store?
I bought them from the store.
Okay.
How
much were they?
$50 maybe.
No, it's not bad.
It's not.
For both the shin
and the gloves and some wraps, but I never use the wraps. I put them on one.
I don't need the wraps. Yeah, I don't need the wraps. Yeah.
But I'm glad I wish I would have got better gi when I first bought it, but I'm glad I got shittier pads.
Did you get beat up?
Yeah, because my hand when I leave Muay Thai to go to jiu-jitsu, my hands smell so fucking bad because my hands are sweaty in the gi or in the gloves.
Yep.
And my shin pads are already ripped up twice.
Really?
And, yeah.
Jeez. Dude.
And but I'm glad I got shittier ones because like you check a couple times and like you tear your pads, whatever. I threw the trash in right there.
Oh, thanks.
You help yourself. I bought a whole thing.
I gotta drive home, so I'm not gonna.
Why not?
I have a long day tomorrow, so. No, it's sick.
But I love if you didn't do Muay Thai or Jiu-Jitsu, what do you think you learned? Have you looked into this?
So I have. So I did back in high school. I did 2 years of Krav Maga, and that was pretty sick. I like that. That's a very, very practical one.
It's like crowd control, isn't that what Krav Maga? It's Israeli.
It's
Am I right?
is Israeli. It's Israeli. It's just hella practical. And it incorporates weapons, which is super cool.
What
so
about, like swords and.
No, I've got it's called a benthic knife or whatever, and it's a 2-pronged knife. So back in World War I-ish, they had trench knives that were 3-pronged, and so instead of just being a single stab wound, you have 3 stab wounds, you would just totally destroy that area and just bleed out really fast, yada yada
Instead
yada.
of getting stabbed 3 separate times.
It completely destroys that area wherever you get stabbed. So this is kind of based off the same principle, but it's 2-pronged, so it increases skin tension, so you don't have to hit as hard. I mean, you're still going to swing as hard as you can. But it just goes in super slickly. I don't know what the word is. It's just super smooth.
Yeah, just
and it's not sharp.
Pop and balloon.
Yeah, it's not. There's no cutting involved, so the ends aren't, or the sides aren't sharp. It's just the tips.
Yeah.
So it's just all stabbing.
Like what is it? A sai?
Never heard of it.
It's what God, which freaking Ninja Turtle has those? Leo's got the wood thing.
Never.
Raphael has it. You just got it's got like this.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's that. Yeah.
But it's sharp.
But it's sharp on the end, and they're all the same length, so they all hit at the same time. So so it increases skin tension. So it's 2 points that kind of it really increases the skin tension or something, and it just punctures.
Holds it tight so the other.
It just kind of rips it almost.
I would 100% rather get shot than stabbed.
Yes.
Stabs just.
So that's the thing. So to piggyback off of that, actually, so if you are ever in a situation where someone comes at you, right? I'd much rather be confronted with a gun than a knife, because a knife, they're serious, right? No one's gonna kind of back away to a knife. It's a knife, whatever. But this guy's serious, right? With a gun, a lot of people rely on a weapon or a gun-like object to intimidate people, right? Because everybody's kind of, in our culture, everybody's scared of guns. Not everybody. But it is. Yeah,
but it's like the big thing in the news. It's like, another shooting. But like gun control. I'm like, yo, fuck that. Yo, no, you can miss with a gun. You're not gonna miss so much with a knife.
Well, knife.
That's a slashing and a stabbing.
They kind of mean business. They're not there just to rob you. Most of the times, right? They're to do some damage.
So when I was in high school, I was a little stoner kid, and I used to swing these things
60 years ago?
Yeah, God, 61.
Oh, no.
Dinosaurs were just barely being extinct. I used to swing these things called poi, what they were, like little balls of fire on chains.
I know what you're talking about.
When you're all high on drugs, man. Anyways.
Never was into that scene. Sorry.
There are some really hot women in that scene. I don't know, preppy women are one thing, but nothing beats a girl with a fire mask on swinging fire. It's you win.
Okay, that's fair.
Seduce me now.
Oh damn. All right.
But after I kind of lost that part of my life, I didn't it was kind of a dead end world to me. You know what I mean? I feel like there's another dimension you can reach it with DMT and acid, but that's nor here nor there. It's not helping me with my life now. So I put down poi and I started picking up nunchucks, and it's the same movements.
Yeah, it is.
And I've gotten so dirty with those. I used to sit in this shed, and my buddy used to throw goldfish. Not real goldfish, but the little cracker goldfish.
I got really excited, and now you completely dashed my hopes. But keep going.
He would throw them, he'd eat a couple and throw one, I'd pop it out there, and I got so good. And I bought a pair of retractable metal ones.
Yep.
And a gun's intimidating, a knife's intimidating, but I promise you, man, if someone ever popped a pair of nunchucks,
dude, I'm like,
this guy a couple times, you're like, yeah, alright, maybe he knows what the fuck he's doing. Or
he's one of those mall ninja shits or whatever.
Yep.
And some dude in a trench coat.
There's been some crazy weapons made.
Oh yeah, dude. People get inventive.
The staff with the nunchuck thing on the end looks badass. Even swords.
Sure.
A samurai, that was the original close combat shit. You know what I mean? Samurai shit. Maybe not.
Katana, yeah. Sure. I mean, depends. I mean,
I wonder what the first martial art is.
Some sort of. I mean, I'm assuming it originated from the East, but I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. I have to look that up.
I wonder. Then the next question is, I wonder.
See here, hold on. How do you define first, right?
Yeah.
Right?
What was really more to define martial art at that point?
Right. Is it the first guy that knew something about punching people, kicking people, grappling people? Is it the first one that had a school?
It was the first one that got punched and didn't like being punched.
Ah, there you go.
That's probably what had to happen.
Way back.
Like, I don't like this pain. Like, I figure out how to counter
prevent
this.
some, yeah.
Like, so judo is like the art of throwing,
Yep.
and I think that got started because they were all wearing big armor and they'd throw them on the ground, and once they're on the ground, they're pretty defenseless.
It's like a turtle.
And you stab through their shit.
Ah, nice.
I mean, you could be a tank. I mean, you ever see that Resident Evil? I think it's Resident Evil 2, where she fights.
Seen any of them.
Really?
No,
Alright, so they there's a girl and a guy, and they
Yep.
give him the same disease, and he gets all like jacked, and she gets all like fit and shit.
Okay.
So it's like speed and agility versus brute strength and armor.
Speed and agility wins all the time.
Like, well, maybe not. Like
95%
to a
of the
point.
time.
You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a point where you're just so big, like a shoe to an ant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's drastic.
How about a shoe to a wasp? You know what I mean?
See,
Like
you only hit
versus
the
a
wasp.
Like,
Yeah, the wasp wins as long as it keeps flying.
yeah. But like, if you lock yourself in a room with a wasp, a 6x6 room,
Just a
eventually-
singular wasp.
Like, that wasp isn't one wasp. Unless that wasp is like raging, bro.
I'd be.
You ever seen a Japanese hornet? Those fuckers are like that.
Oh yeah,
big.
dude.
Like,
Oh yes.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
Killers?
Yo, I will run away from a wasp in a second.
I don't
yeah,
like
fuck
it.
this. Like,
Yeah, no.
I know I
can
can win.
Stung. Like, oh no, I'll squash it.
I guess
but it's gonna get me
yeah,
for.
it's gonna get
I
me
get
at least
him. I'm like,
Yeah. Ugh. You know, it's funny. Like, there's like certain things in this world I never fuck with. It's like animals I know are way stronger than me, like
bear.
leopards or bears.
when the hell are you gonna run into a leopard?
Well, it's kind of an inside joke. The other guy did a podcast with me. Said he could fight a leopard and win. I'm sure he's gonna be watching. Shout out to you, B Train.
Yeah.
He said he could fight a leopard and win. I'm like, dude, you couldn't fight a house cat and win if you wanted to. Like, you think about trying to armbar a house cat. Think about how much shit that house cat would.
You've talked about this before.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Like, I was trying to prove a point the other day in class. I'm like, you could definitely kill a cat, but on the way to fucking that cat up, you know it's gonna fuck you up.
But you see, it's a house cat, right? So it's probably declawed.
Yeah, true.
So it only has its back claws. So as long as you pin those back legs.
Yeah, I mean, you got a house
Knee
cat.
to the throat.
Yeah. All right, but like move up the chain a little bit, like a lynx.
Oh, well,
you know
see, here's the thing, right? You're not gonna see it. A leopard, you're not gonna see it unless
it's coming like.
Right. Well, so unless you're in like a totally fair area and you're not like if you're in its habitat, you're not gonna see it or hear it coming, dude.
And then like, all right, so like that's.
We had a sorry.
Go ahead.
So my friend lives right by Crabtree, actually pretty close to here, and apparently there are panthers in North Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. Okay, you're funny, but legit though. There were panthers in North Carolina, like legit ass
Up
panthers.
in the mountains?
Oh,
I believe it.
no, one in his backyard.
No shit.
Oh, 2 a.m, his mom goes out to walk the dogs, and there's just this massive dark shape, and it's slinking along, dude. But imagine, right? If you're in its habitat, and it knows the terrain, and it's been living there for 10 years, dude, you're never gonna see it coming.
And then
It's
like, we think about like. The most we can do is maybe like box jump, like a 5-foot box. Even on an after, once you're vertical, you know that cat's
we're also
vertical.
2-legged.
Yeah,
right. We're not 4-legged.
you're not outrunning it. You know what I mean?
No.
It's got razors on its hand.
Oh yeah, it touches you, just gonna rip you to shreds, dude.
And it catches a thigh or a neck, like.
Oh yeah, it's gonna hamstring you, dude.
But like, so we could beat a house cat. We've established.
I could beat a house cat. I have 3 cats. I could beat a house cat.
But how many house cats at once?
All of them, actually.
Like 100 house cats, like, getting up on?
Well, here's the question, right? Would you rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 100
duck-sized horses?
There we go. That's a scary thought, dog. I'll go for the 1.
Yeah, maybe it's like fighting Bowser.
Yeah, because eventually, like, 100's a lot. Like, you'll get 20, 30, and maybe if you're lucky, and then, that's a lot, dude. Like, ducks are decent size.
See, it's funny. I was watching the kids' class today.
And you're like, how many think you beat you up?
I was like,
Or
I could take
beat
1.
up.
I could take 2. I could take maybe 10.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you
But,
get
like,
over that 10, you're like,
50,
I'm done.
like, one's gonna did you ever hear why they teach the kids to tap first instead of like how they? Alright, so they were telling me the other day.
Yeah.
They always teach.
How often? No. How often do you watch these kid classes?
Well, I'm there. I do Muay Thai, so I catch you in all the kids' classes.
Okay, right. Okay. I just didn't know if you were making time, dude.
No, I go there and stretch, and you know the teacher. I don't know his name. He's the bald dude that's in there, and dude, he's awesome with
Duke?
kids. No. He's
There's
purple
Duke.
belt.
There's Daniel. Oh.
He's not a teacher in any of the adult classes. I'll point him out next time.
Okay.
And he's super cool with the kids. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I work for the Y, like, and that's a hard skill. Like, kids are fucking annoying sometimes.
They're a pain in the ass.
And for him to keep his cool, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But like, I digress. Like, I would lose to like 50 of them, and like,
yeah.
I was watching them, and there's a couple kids in there. I'm like, dude, one day, he is gonna be a badass.
Oh, that's one thing out of the many things. Well, not many things, but one thing I wish my parents had started me on early. You know, was a language and a martial art,
Yeah, language
or
would be cool.
something. You know, like
played
shooting.
music. Yeah, shootings. I've had shooting in my life a lot.
Have you? Okay.
And I had to like I taught myself how to play music. I can't sing worth a fuck, which I wish I could.
I've tried so hard.
I've
and I've
played
got so
years
far.
on it. I'll tell you what makes you
Yeah,
want
in
to
the
play
end,
music.
it really doesn't matter. Though.
Yeah, pussy will make you want to play music.
Fair enough.
But like, if I would have started martial arts when I was like 7 years old.
Oh, dude, I'm 22 right now. I'd be a fucking badass.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
Oh, brown belt easily.
And like,
If not hella close to a black belt.
it's the fucking cat, bro.
Oh, is it a cat? I was
I don't
wondering who's above us.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what's up.
All right, well, we'll fuck it up. Don't worry. We've already
What
established
if it's
we can
100
beat.
fucking horses
Going through the
just
roof.
to catch everyone? If there's something banging on the roof, right?
Yeah.
Oh, raccoons now. Like, 100 raccoons.
I like raccoons, which is weird, I guess.
They're like little bears.
They
Trash
are. They're
pandas.
trash pandas. Yeah. I have nothing. They stink.
Do they
and-
stink though?
Yeah, they kind of smell
Who do you think we smell like to them?
different.
You know, it's weird. Like,
Do they have a concept of?
stink and not stink.
Yeah, I think they do actually.
Well, dogs like roll around in like dead things.
Yeah, but then you give it like, labor like a good training or a training technique with dogs is like if they're peeing in the house, you can rub their nose in it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you do that with their pee or anything or their shit. Even I've never done that, but and they don't enjoy it. Whether that's for the stink or not, I don't know, but they don't freaking enjoy it. So I'm assuming that some things obviously.
They don't like. It might be their
Right.
own urine because they're all over each other's buttholes.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude.
That's a weird fucking concept. Like,
Let's implement it
like,
in everyday
wait,
society.
if you think about this, right? How many times have you had someone's crotch in your face in jiu-jitsu? Like, at least once in a while.
So, not that often.
Yeah.
I like the whole, I'm going to say 69 position because I can't think of the technical term for it.
Yeah.
I like that a lot because I get that a lot.
Yeah.
So, lots of people had my crotch in their face,
Mm-hmm.
and then I come around their head with a triangle, and
Yeah.
hopefully get a Gamora, but we'll see.
I'm glad
but
everyone
I
in
don't get
class.
sat on much. No one mounts me. I've had,
Mhm.
recently no one's been able to mount me.
So
It's weird.
I've been pulling people into my guard from the beginning.
Yeah, I tried to
And
get
then
my
try to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then try to work my way
Yep.
out.
Yep.
Because I'm like, let's put me in a situation, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to put myself in a situation, where's my escape?
You good? I don't know.
Fucking
I can't hear anything. It left, yeah.
The chances of the
stopped.
panther, like...
Yeah, just
Did you know there's
pressure.
panthers in here? Like,
Yeah,
oh,
by the way,
stop.
there are panthers in North Carolina. So next time you wander around your yard...
That would be our moment, though. We'd have to, like, flip the camera around and, like...
oh, absolutely. You think two of us could take out a panther?
A full-grown male
I don't know.
panther?
Oh, I'd be scared.
Oh.
We would have to coordinate stuff.
Yeah.
Because one of us could
We have
just
to, like,
go in and-
distract.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
the
one of us
best
has to play
way
chicken.
to, like... If you had to fight something like that, and, like, fuck, I don't know. You couldn't take its back. You know what I mean?
Or rear naked on a panther.
You know what I mean? Bro,
You could.
but its
They
arms
have.
go back.
Oh, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Shit.
Like, it tucks.
And then, see, well, the thing is, it also has claws, right? So as soon as it gets here with your arm, oh, you're done.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
And it's got claws on its back.
Yeah.
So it's kicking
So it's-
around.
Yeah, that would
You know,
suck.
there are things that are badass, but there are things that are like, there's nothing more scary than something that wants to live. You know what I mean? Like, it will do anything.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I've never seen it. I don't think you've ever seen it, but someone that is in one of those like life or death situations, you can do some crazy
Yeah.
shit, dude.
so I got this This guy, he goes overseas. I mean, he's told me a lot of things I'm 100% sure he's not supposed to tell me about, but he's about to do a tour.
What is he in?
I think he's like in some like don't talk about kind of shit. Like I think he started. I think he was like in the Marines originally, and I think he like branched. He's a door kicker. That's what he does.
Yeah, no, I'm tracking. He's like, a grunt. Yeah.
And anyways, weird.
He's in the army.
Dude, I'm thinking he started in the Marines, and I think he went to like the Navy.
Well, either he's Navy, and that means he's
like a SEAL or something like that.
Well, it means that he's the boat crew, which I can't think of the acronym for. He's SEALs, which is a weird. Well, no, there's a lot of Marines. I
know he's told me before. I just can't fucking.
He's a badass.
Yeah, he's a badass, and like not only is he a badass, he's fucking ripped, and he's like crazy. Like you can see it in his fucking. He's on his like 10th tour to Iraq now.
Okay.
Like.
So he's been there, done that.
He's nuts.
That's
and he's a door kicker, but he's moved his way up to a point where he just calls in shit. Like, he sits in the back.
He's a forward observer. Sure.
And he's like, light this area up or whatever. Anyways,
yeah.
It was
that's sick.
Him, I, and like 5 of our bouncers from my work sitting outside of fucking Parliament. And we were like showing each other moves and shit. And he fucking threw all 5 of the bouncers on the ground. And I'm just like, he's fucking so drunk he can barely stand. Right? And I'm like, you guys are my bouncers? I was like,
yeah, this is a problem.
I was like, he's in my bar. And like, granted, he was nicest dude in the fucking world.
Sure. Yeah,
but like, definitely glad he's my friend.
Yeah.
And like, the more and more he got drunk, the more he's like, let's take a rip, bro. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Apparently, rip means let's take a little roll on the ground. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But
sounds he's Canadian almost.
No, I don't think he is. I think he's from like Minnesota.
So Canadian.
And he's got one of those like. Yeah, it's pretty much.
It is pretty much Canadian. Trust me, I have cousins that live up there.
He's got like one of those faces that is like really big,
okay,
and screams that if you punch me in the face, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it probably doesn't.
You know what I mean?
He's
like
punched in the face so many times, it probably doesn't.
I don't know.
That's another thing. Everybody should be punched in the face. Every single person should be punched in the nose at least once.
I've broken my nose at least 3 times.
Humbling, and you know what it feels like.
It is humbling.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's weird because like when I get punched in the nose, it gives this like metallic taste in my mouth, even if I'm not like bleeding in my mouth.
Oh yeah, it's just something I don't even know what it is.
It's like I compare it to being shocked.
Oh.
Like electrocuted.
Never been
in my
electrocuted.
Mouth. You've never been electrocuted?
No, never tasted.
Bro, let me tell you what, bro. I've gotten.
I'm not really into that stuff, but I mean, you know.
So one time, I was out in Oregon.
Yep.
And we have cow fences that go around.
You pissed on one.
Oh no, dude. I was fucking. This is no shit, dude.
You're fucking the fence. All right,
of course
keep going.
I had a shovel, and I was shoveling. I leaned it against the fucking
You're
fence.
fucking retarded.
And it went to fall, and I went to try to grab it.
And
I fucking nailed it. And when it shocked me, it pulsates, right? It's like, poof, poof. It shocked the inside of my hand and grabbed my hand. And every time I tried to get my hand off,
it would tighten the muscles.
And like it was shocking the piss out of me. And like I pulled myself back and pulled back like a fucking bow and arrow. And I finally got it off. I'm like, holy shit!
Oh, that blows,
bro! It like slammed my asshole shut over and over. Electricity.
Wow.
You know, after that, like they're like death by the electric chair. I'm like, no. I was like lethal injection, 100%. Like, no.
Oh yeah, dude.
No.
Yeah, way. That's a shitty death.
In order, I would 100% be either shot to death before I was stabbed to death before I was electrocuted, because like being stabbed, eventually you're gonna bleed out. But I mean, electrocution, you feel it everywhere. Like, I felt my toes flex. I didn't even know I had muscles.
Yeah, you find out this muscle, everything burns.
Oh
yeah. Ugh. God.
Electricity's fucking weird, dude.
Or just imagine what they did back in another book I was listening to. Back in the 60s, 50s, you know, that time period where they're experimenting with new stuff, they used to take prisoners, albeit these were some pretty, but like legit bad guys, like psychopath, like above level, but they used to take them and they used to lay them in like an ice bath, right? And then they used to have something or another and something else, and they would pretty much just like throw a toaster in there.
Damn.
But it wasn't a toaster. It was low key, but like just enough.
Yeah.
Like imagine like sitting in an ice bath, right? You're freezing, and suddenly just someone chucks in like a cattle prod, right?
Yeah.
That fucking sucks. And they would do that.
Ice
to
bath
like cure them.
To cure them.
No, yes, this was
I mean, that would make you never
this was
want
kind
to.
of punishment, but this was also like, hey, if we shock them up, maybe they're
shock
therapy. Yeah, you know, stupid shit like that.
There was an experiment done where you were on one side of the wall hooked up to electricity, and there was a person on the other side. The other person was obviously not hooked up, but
Sure.
it was either you shock them,
Yep.
or you get shocked.
Yeah.
And they would do it, and it was crazy how many people would fucking kill the other person
before they shot themselves.
Before-
Yeah. I mean, this is a whole nother conversation, but it kind of goes back to. There's another experiment called the Manford Prison.
Oh, where they had like 10 prisoners, or no, 10 guards.
10 guards and 10 prisoners.
And they weren't
just
even
let
real
them go.
prisoners.
No, they weren't. But
They
they
were
just
all
let them go.
They had to shut it down, didn't they?
Mhm.
They made a fucking movie about that.
Okay.
What's the guy that's in fucking King Kong, the Jewish kid? He's a pianist. He's
Haven't
tall and
seen-
skinny.
Haven't seen King Kong go.
You've never the first King
The-
Kong, the pianist?
Very, very first, like the original one.
No, the one with like Jack Black
Or
in
the
it.
new one. Yeah, I haven't seen the new one. I've seen the original one, but not the new one.
Um,
But that
I'm trying
guy,
to think
sure.
of- yeah, he's in it, and
Okay.
he's one of the prisoners. And like, I thought it was just a movie, and then I read up on it. It was really.
It's a legit thing, dude.
And they shut him down. Like,
Yeah.
it's
It
nuts.
got absurd.
They said it had something to do with like sunglasses when you feel like entitled when you put someone in a position of power and you hide
Yes.
their face, it gives them like this authority.
When you put someone in a position where they can take advantage of another human being and there's no recourse for it, right? We're gonna do it 100% of the time.
Yeah, which I think happens a lot with police. But I think there's a cure for that, and I feel like
That's a touchy subject, but keep going.
I feel like
it's
all right,
okay.
this is what needs to happen if we want to fix police brutality. I'm not saying you got your ass kicked because you tried to fight a cop and like you.
Sure, let's premise this whole conversation with.
Let's be real.
There are instances of police brutality. No
Mhm.
one is claiming otherwise. However,
If you're the drunk guy at the bar,
those instances of police brutality are not as widespread and are not as systematic as people would like you to believe.
yeah, it's blown out of proportion. No one ever talks about the cops as a
100%
good
of the
thing.
time.
You know what I mean?
No,
and
it's
I roll
always
with
a
couple
person.
cops,
Yeah.
you know?
And 90% of them are nice people. There are some bad apples.
Mhm.
You take any organization,
Yeah, of course.
there are going to be bad people.
Same thing with
100%.
bars and
it doesn't
hospitals.
matter.
Anything.
Yeah. So, keep
Anyways,
going.
But to keep this going, if you really want to stop police brutality, this is what you do. You pay them a shit ton more.
Mhm.
I think cops should make like $100K a year. And like, that sounds ridiculous, but follow me on this. If you're struggling, you're already pissed off, you don't make a lot of money as a cop. Teachers and
Sure.
cops are already underpaid enough.
That's
The training should be more, and you should be forced to train for at least a couple years. You know what I mean? Like being on the police force should be a very respected job. It should be like
Sure.
you worked very hard to get where you are. You know, people like look at like scientists and doctors and like, wow, that's or lawyers like they worked very
they
hard
work
to get where
hard.
they are.
Yeah, because it's hard to pass the bar.
But like, not saying it's not hard to become a police officer, but like, the average person could go out and become a cop.
So let's transition that conversation to accidental shootings, and that's not the right word I want to use, but police shootings, right?
Mhm.
Right. So on the topic of training, right? So you have instances. So and I think this is a lot more widespread. You have instances of police having to use lethal tactics
Yeah.
to take down a subject that is doing whatever, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. So, with that, there are instances of shootings that have not been justified. There was like 2 or 3 in the news right now that there were like some female cop went into the wrong like apartment and shot the dude.
Mhm.
Whatever, right? I don't know if you heard of that.
Yeah,
one.
I did. It was like, wasn't it her apartment?
No, she was trying to get in her apartment, but she was distracted and went to the dude's apartment,
Mhm.
freaked out, and shot him. So that's obviously not justified, right?
Yeah.
That was not justified. She got like 10 years or something.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, and then there's another one that in Fort
And they had like
Lee-
relationships and stuff before that.
Those two?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, they definitely did. They had
No.
like intimate relationships.
I know she was sexting at the time that she was going into the apartment, but okay. Maybe you're right.
I
I've
could
heard
be wrong.
that,
I
but
could be wrong.
you could be right. But anywho, right? So there are requirements, training requirements that police have to meet, right? But a lot of it, there's no overall standard.
Mm.
Right? To my knowledge, there's no overall standard because each agency or each force is a local force as opposed to a national force, right?
Mm.
So you have like New York, right? They have a really good police force because they have the money, they have the time, they have the manpower. But when you go to these kind of forces that may not have the time's a huge thing, right?
Yeah. You can't get
There's
time back.
police officers are disgustingly overworked, and there's
Oh,
never
God,
enough
yeah.
of them. And they work 7 days a week. So when the hell am
14-hour
I going to
shifts.
find? Right? How am I going to find time to train to do hostage negotiation?
And they get
or
paid
how to
what,
learn?
like $35,000 a year?
Dude.
They get paid bullshit.
Yeah. Right.
You
So
know?
training needs to be increased 100%. You know, I need to know how to talk someone down.
Oh yeah.
Which
and on
I
top of
can
that,
try
I'm
to
not
do.
excusing police brutality at all.
No.
I'm just saying there are ways around what's happening.
Oh, absolutely.
Like-
and training is a huge thing.
Oh god.
You know, if I knew, there was one instance way back, like 2014, where a cop pulled up to a gas station and he had reports of some dude like with a firearm looking outside, and he sees this dude in a hoodie and his hands are in his pocket and he's walking off, right? Well, the cop starts yelling at him, "Hey, don't move, don't move, don't move," yada yada yada. Well, the dude reaches in his hoodie and goes to turn around, right? Well, what does that look like
yeah, it
to
looks
you, right?
horrible.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to shoot him, right?
Mm.
He reached in to turn off his iPod because he had earphones in, right? And that's horrible.
Yeah.
So if the cop knew I'm
What was
gonna,
going on? Yeah.
right, to get
But that
maybe
cop
get on a
would never know
loudspeaker,
that,
right?
you know?
I'm gonna get on my loudspeaker. I'm gonna seek cover so that I don't have to immediately shoot him because I'm out in the open, right? And that's kind of his fault, but it's kind of also not his fault, right? I don't want to excuse it. It's a shitty thing that happened, but if he had that training,
Yeah.
we could avoid all this.
Well, the other thing is like, Army Cops is great. You know,
Oh yeah.
but maybe your first 2 rounds should be rubber bullets.
That's a dangerous situation,
You
dog.
know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, but you can go up to a traffic stop and some dude pulls a gun on you, and oh shit, that's 3 seconds,
Yeah.
right?
What about
1,
that
2, 3.
Case like what 3 years ago where the cop shot the little ankle biter dog right on the porch.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't even the dude's dog.
Oh yeah,
It
see
was-
stuff like that.
And then the dog's sitting there flipping around the
Yeah.
ground. It's like, bro, kill the dog at this point. Like,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, there's another one where he was gonna shoot the dog that was like being aggressive, and the dude's like, the dog is here, and the officer's here, and the owner's here. Like,
Yeah.
in between the dog, and he's pointing the weapon at the guy.
Mhm.
And the dog's just sitting back here, you know, not happy with the situation, but he's not coming at him. You know, it's just stuff like that. I mean, as you were saying, you know, we never hear about the good cops.
Yeah.
Right? Which is really disappointing.
yeah, it super sucks. You never hear about this
Yeah,
stuff.
you never hear about the
This
two-
floods you with
There were
fucking
2 cops
bullshit.
earlier that I found. I had to like dig through Reddit or something that saved a little girl's life because she was choking. Right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, you
not
never
on
hear
the
about that.
mainstream news, right?
No, of course not. 'Cause
It's
they
the
push
cop
their
that
agenda.
has to shoot the black guy because he was running away and wouldn't listen to orders, and then reached in his pocket and started to turn around. Right?
100%. And now the cops look like they're horrible people, but like.
But they're not. It was totally justified.
Yeah.
And
No,
I think that's also a little glimpse into our culture, right? We don't respect authority. A lot of us don't respect authority, right?
But authority has like done this thing. It's not like
Oh, yeah.
cops. It's
Yeah.
like the top, like
Sure.
you know, like all the times we're like, you know, you know what fucking sucks about the world we live in? There are people in this world that are like saying help us, and there are people in this world that are saying no.
Yep.
And it's like, bro, like that's such a fuck thing.
It is. But see, there's a dichotomy there, right?
Oh.
So you have people that need help. There
Mm.
are. So let's go to I don't know, income inequality. Let's do poor versus rich, right? Bernie Sanders is getting a ton of attention and stuff, right? Fuck communists. We're sorry.
Commie bastards.
So you have people, you have legitimately poor people, and you have legitimately rich people, right? Well, Senator Sanders, wants there to be an even, right? He doesn't want either, right? And I think that's a problem, right? I don't like poor people. You know, I don't like poor people. Let's rephrase that real fast. Wow. I don't. Honestly, I feel for the people that are in need, right?
Yeah.
I don't want that to be a thing, right? However, I also don't think that it is correct to take money from people that have worked hard, who have legally earned their money, to give it to the people at the bottom, if you will. I think they
you
should
got people like the Rockefeller Foundation.
Oh, you do.
That has all the money in the world, you know.
It absolutely does. But see, there's the there's a fine line you have to walk, right? Because you have to set a line almost, right? So people over here, we're gonna take their money because they're too much, right? But the people under the line, they're good, right? Where do you set that line? Is it millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, right? Oh,
Well,
billionaires,
really
right?
money, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, okay, that's a
That's
whole
a
other
whole
conversation.
deep-
Oh boy, but you get scary things where, I mean, Senator Sanders is a millionaire.
Yeah.
And he's pushing billionaires. So, what is it? Just billionaires?
Yeah.
So, billionaires are bad. anybody's a billionaire, you haven't earned your money
But if
legally.
you're at
or right,
999 million,
Yeah.
you're
you're good. You're good.
fine.
As long as you don't pass that,
You better
mark,
donate
you're good,
that
right?
penny. No, I agree with you on that. It's a crazy thing. You know, the other thing about that is I feel like certain things in this world should be free to everyone no matter what. And like, I know that sounds ridiculous, but I feel like clean air, clean water,
Sure.
and enough food, not to be obese, but enough food to survive on, should be a bare minimum. And I feel like that's something you shouldn't, like, I don't think it's okay that a Pepsi costs $1 and water, like clean water, costs $3.99.
Sure.
I think that's absurd.
Yeah.
And then there's people like the States. We have an abundance amount of this stuff, and we're working in a restaurant. We throw away so much food, and then we have people in other countries that are just starving.
Absolutely.
And it's like, bro, can't we just shoot them a sandwich?
And
you know?
I wish. So I used to work at Chick-fil-A, and I brought that up, just noticing the amount of food we have, right?
Chows.
So the biggest thing from what my boss said is it's difficult to arrange services. It's very costly for my end and their end to get it from here to there to the transporter people, right? And you make so many like health code violations and stuff
Bro,
to arrange that.
so,
Oh my
yeah.
god!
Alright, so my old boss was talking about this. He's like, there was a system for a while. I don't know if I can legally say the name of the company, but it was a restaurant.
Sure.
He said, but what happened was some of the homeless people got sick, or the people that were eating food got sick, and then they sued the restaurant.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like, damn, bro, like, I get it.
Just
like,
giving you, and it sucks.
you know, like, I don't know, man. And like, I mean, you like to lift, I like to lift, and we both know we have to eat good food to stay
absolutely.
in good shape.
Yeah. But
And-
what's the closest thing to the gym, right?
McDonald's.
Oh yeah, dude.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Like,
Now Chick-fil-A's done, I will say.
Decent,
Yeah.
but still fried chicken. You know what I mean?
Oh, it is.
Chipotle is on the
Yeah.
and then Moe's. You know, there is decent food to eat out there, but like your easiest food to get is trash. Like,
Yeah.
I think there's 80% preservatives in
At least.
Taco Bell. I
Oh,
don't
at
know if
least,
that's a
dude.
real
Yeah,
thing.
80. I'd push 90.
Yeah,
almost.
and even like most of the food you get from the grocery store is just like, I don't know, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
You can actually make a hell of a good meal at a grocery store.
Oh God,
I've done
you
very
know,
well.
My friend told me this. He's like, if you want to eat healthy at a grocery store, go around the edges of it and don't hit the aisles.
Yep.
Because everything
The
that's
aisles,
all
yeah.
the vegetables are
Well,
on.
the produce is all like a lot here too. Is when you first walk to the
Mhm.
right, it's all the produce and everything to the left, right? Hit that produce aisle. There's a little bit of meat. They've got the
veggies.
the veggies and like the deli in the back, dude. You can make a hell of a good.
Even our
and
school
for
system
cheap too.
teaches us to eat shit.
Well,
You
yeah,
know?
that's a whole nother.
Like,
Yeah.
and like you know, if you want to eat trash, eat trash. You know, that's your decision.
Sure.
But like, just know that that's what's killing you. That's you're fat by choice for the most part.
Oh boy. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, maybe there's one or two people that have thyroid problems.
Oh, there are. I
maybe more than one or two.
My
but,
sister and my mother both have thyroid problems, and it is certainly a struggle with that to maintain a healthy body weight,
Or
but it can be
diabetes.
done.
But the other thing is,
It can be
people
done.
get diabetes
Yep.
from eating shit.
That is also true.
And then like,
It
it's
is
like,
hereditary.
how
but you
did
can
I?
also
Yeah,
get
how
it.
did I get in this boat?
Well,
and it's like,
the
well, I
last
don't
20
know.
years you ate McDonald's and Burger King.
And it sucked down a 2-liter fucking
5
Mountain
days.
Dew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is insane to me because, like, I love fucking cream soda. If it came to saving the world or me having a cream soda, everyone's fucked.
That would be pretty good.
But I eat healthy 6 days of the week on
Sure.
purpose, knowing that it's better for me.
Oh yeah.
And it's the same thing why I train. Like, I know training
It sucks.
it's like it's a lot of fun, but it's hell. And
it
like
sucks.
my body hurts. I know your body hurts
Yep.
now. You
Struggle
know,
these days.
and like, but like, I know tomorrow I'll wake up feeling accomplished. These are a crutch. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I need to quit smoking so bad.
That's on you, big boy.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not gonna stop
Okay.
smoking anytime soon.
Oof. Alright.
It's like I smoke more when I drink, and I drink
More
randomly.
nice. Okay.
And like, so I started doing these podcasts. And I really enjoy doing these podcasts, and it's cool because one of the cool things about podcasts is like it gives me a second to like talk to somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
And like,
sure.
it's kind of interesting when you throw it on like the interwebs and people make comments and they're like, "Wow, that's how you feel." Like,
It's like, okay.
let's see what you know what I mean. And I've had good comments, I've had bad comments. I've had people like, I'm the devil to at least 5 people out there, like. But like, thanks for watching. I
Okay,
guess, like,
yeah.
you know, and
Grow
like, it's
up.
cool. Like, if you want, you want. It takes so much to find people to come on. Like, I'll spend a week trying to find like someone to come on, and then I'll have a week where like I have like 20 people wanting to come on,
Mm-hmm.
and like. Most of the people that want to come on try to come on to like bash me, but then they bail out at the last minute. I'm like, I'm not here to fight with you. I just want to hear your opinion. And
Oh,
why.
dude, I thoroughly enjoy discussing.
And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And I love being wrong because then I learn what's right. You know.
That's a thing that a lot of people need to get better at, including myself, is just humility. And
yeah.
You're not always right. I'm not always right.
It's hard to admit you're wrong in front of people.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It's
in
disgustingly
front of a
hard.
person, it's alright, but like you're like in front of 20 people, you're like,
oh, it's so easy to posture
especially
up.
when
You're
you
like,
fuck up.
no, you're wrong.
You know, like when you really fuck up
Yep.
and you have to apologize.
It's like,
and you're
yeah,
like,
I'm sorry,
God
dude. It's the
damn
hardest
it,
thing
like-
ever.
But like,
But
I
it
feel
feels
like,
good afterwards.
yeah.
You feel like,
Well,
okay.
there's always like 3 points. Like it's like I'm sorry.
Yep.
Like it was my fault, and what can I do to make it
Exactly.
better? You know what I mean?
That's the biggest thing is how do we approach this so it doesn't happen again? Because everybody can say they're sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, dude. 10
Yeah.
minutes later doing the same thing, right? So if they made it no effort to change, then it's not that sincere, right?
What the really crazy thing is, like, when people are like, I'm sorry, they're not really apologizing. They're, like, saying they're sorry. And, like, it's like, you
They're
are
just
sorry.
checking boxes.
You're like, yeah, it's like, bro, you said that because you don't feel sorry.
No, you said that to make you feel better.
And if
Not to
I'm
actually
not sorry,
accomplish
like, I will straight tell you, like, well, I'm sorry you're upset, but I
Yeah.
still feel this way.
Sure.
Like, and, like, it makes people mad, and, like, agree to disagree. Like, I'll step over that hurdle every day.
Yeah, I don't need to convince you of everything. I'm
Yeah.
sure we disagree on quite a few things. But we found
How
common
many
ground.
cats we could fight.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah.
VR is getting, like, really crazy.
Oh boy, dude!
You
I want a
think they're good,
headset.
like-
I want a headset so
I-
badly.
Bro, but, like, think about this. You think in the future, maybe we won't even have to train with real people. Now, that's a fucking thought, isn't it? Could you imagine practicing arm bars on a fucking dummy that you put on a mask?
Or you get VR where it's totally immersive,
Okay, like it has like a full suit and it's like pulling you.
or just a room
Oh,
like adjusting pressure,
Yep.
air pressure. That would be hella you'd have to have really acute air pressure, and I can't. My brain's gonna explode if
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think of it too much. But yeah.
And we're getting there, which is blows my.
Oh,
you remember when you were a kid?
amazement? Yeah.
Like how video games went from Pong to like, well, that was way before your time. Back in the '60s.
I used to play Pong.
But like, from Pong to like the fucking Black Ops.
Nowadays, oh my god.
And
dude.
like,
well, even Battlefront 2.
no,
One of my favorite games, right? The old one, like the original Battlefront 2, right? Into the new one.
Mm.
Ooh, like I prefer the older one. But
I remember the original
wow.
freaking Call of Duty.
Oh,
Medal
yeah,
of Honor.
dude,
It used to be
Medal-
called Medal of
I
Honor,
did. I used to
bro.
play that all the time. Allied Assault Breakthrough.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some good nights. LAN parties.
Oh,
That's what we
bro.
have.
So people say that like video games are what's causing like shootings and stuff. It's like
yeah.
people are angry because of video games, but I think that's wrong and right for like two reasons, right? I think it's wrong because like no one ever fucking picks up a video game and is like, like I'm angry for the rest of my life. But I think
I do get angry after some
Yeah.
sessions, but
But you're not gonna
like
go
I'm
out
gonna
there and
shoot
like
somebody.
yeah. But
You know,
then
push-ups.
you start getting these unrealistic expectations about life. Like you're like, well, I can do this in a video. Like think about Grand Theft Auto, right?
I knew you were going there.
You know what I mean? Or like even like Dark Souls or like Skyrim. It's like, oh well, my
Yeah, I
character.
could roll around and dodge that sword.
You know what I mean? I could, yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah,
I could
damn right
swing
I
a
could.
sword like that. No, dude. Like that
No.
takes years of practice. Like,
Oh, yeah.
where in a video game, it's very instantly rewarded. It's like, well,
Mm.
now you learn up, down, left, right, A, B, and you shoot a fireball. I mean, realistically, if someone fucking shot a fireball in real life, I'm not gonna lie.
It wouldn't be with up, down, left, right, A, B.
If I went to a fucking match and someone's trying to be like, "Calm, man," I'd be like, "Oh, tap, I tap, I tap."
I've
Like,
seen that coming. Yeah.
like I'm like I tap like.
I probably couldn't, but I don't want to find out.
I don't want to find out. Like,
Ugh.
that one time I was wrong. Like,
Oh yeah, you're fucked. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. I think that there's definitely a much more ingrained symptom.
mhm.
That's not right. Disease, if you will, and mass shootings are simply a symptom of that.
Yeah, but you look at the people that do mass shootings, and it's like that could have been prevented if, like,
Oh sure.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
That gun didn't go out and shoot people. That person did. And what happened to that person to make them like that? Was it a shitty childhood?
which, yeah, I mean, you have.
But you can't blame that all on video games.
No, you can't. You have clear mental, and not everybody that goes out and shoots something is fucked up in the head, right?
Mhm.
I would say a lot of people are, but a lot of people have different motives for doing that, right?
Oh, you know what the
There's
fuck
that
it
fucking
is?
cat again, dog.
It's shit falling off the trees.
Okay, it's an acorn. Okay.
Damn it, we're praying for a panther, but
Ooh, I wanted to see what happens, dude.
next time.
Next time, yeah. Come back all fucked up. But yeah, so you have these mental issues, and as a culture, it's
Easy to point fingers.
I would say not quite where I was going, but I would say that we would recognize the symptoms, but either don't want to address it or want to push it off on something else. And I mean that boils down to just not wanting to take responsibility. And it's shitty for the kids that have to deal with that. I mean, you have anybody's that watch like Criminal Minds or Mindhunters, right? You have those people that have had shitty childhoods. You know, abusive parents, abusive whatever, and shitty childhoods, dude. Like, you know, looking at the kids like, okay, yeah, I can see how he could totally go kill 20 people on a spree or whatever. But that doesn't justify it. We gotta be careful there. We're also just not equipped to deal with all of that stuff. We're making strides.
Yeah.
But we don't have the systems in place or the training, if you will, to not necessarily recognize it, but more to recognize it and intervene, if you will.
Well, we take so much stuff for granted, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And,
dude.
like, people think that...
That's a whole, yeah.
Like, I said food and air and water should be free, but I think we should also recognize what had to happen for our food to be our food.
Well, let's not even go that deep. Let's go to listening to music.
Yeah.
You ever taken that for granted?
Oh, God, so many times, bro. Like,
oh, dude. I went off to basic training back freaking right out of high school, dude.
Yep. Silence.
Oh, yeah.
I
wanted to... it was the worst. I've never missed doing the dishes. I've literally never missed sitting down and writing a school paper.
Yeah.
I've never missed listening to music.
I was out in this place called RCA. It's Red Cliff Ascent. It's like a brat camp. And they drop you out in the middle of the wilderness.
Yeah.
I was there for like 6 months.
Jeez.
And, like, it was so weird not having any kind of electronics, no music. You know,
you survived.
And the crazy thing is, you know what really like made me think? Like we made fires every night.
Yeah.
Fire is like wilderness television. Like you'll get lost in that shit.
Yeah,
like,
oh, it's awesome. Sitting by a fire, cold drink of whatever.
Drinking real water.
Oh,
and then that one time you get a Gatorade from like like someone dropped something. You're like, what?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, we had freaking Camelbacks and just hot water 90% of the time, and that one time you got the Gatorade, it was the best thing ever, dude. Or milk!
Yeah.
Milk, dude!
I'm a sucker for milk and cookies, bro.
Yes.
You know what's crazy?
Wait, what kind of cookies? Are you particular, or are you just like any kind of cookie?
Like, there's like two kinds. I'm a big
hold on,
let's
do... Okay, let's do like store-bought versus like homemade.
Oh, dude, define homemade though. Like, you get the dough at the store, or you like really make it from home?
You make it yourself. So the dough can be store-bought, but...
So, my first real girlfriend was like really into baking, and I got super spoiled by it. Like, fresh cookies, fresh pie.
Oh,
Girl was
so
good at what she
bad,
did.
dude.
And then, like, it ruined everything for me. But Chips Ahoy and Oreo, I've stuck by it a lot.
Oreos are my go-to.
Yeah,
100%.
and like now it sucks because like now like my really go-to is like Complete Cookie. Have you ever had a Complete Cookie? It's like a protein cookie.
I've never heard of that.
They're like the closest thing. They're like a Cliff Bar, but they're a cookie.
Oh, that's pretty
and
sick,
like
dude.
it's weird because like when you cut sugar and real shit out of your diet,
it's hard.
Like you're like you can smell a Snickers bar across the room.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's got sugar in it.
Like, I smell that chocolate. Like, I hear you, Reese.
Yeah, I'm coming for you.
Oh.
Soft or crunchy? Or like hard?
I'm a soft guy, but it's gotta be warm.
Ooh. I don't mind.
But like at 3 o'clock in the morning.
If I had a choice, definitely warm.
Yeah.
I don't mind the kind of, not cold, but the lukewarm room temperature. I don't like the crunchy. Not gonna lie.
Even Oreos.
It's
like crunchy.
That is.
And then you dip them in the milk.
I'm thinking
and it
more
makes
of
them
like.
soft.
Yeah, that's true. I'm thinking more of like chocolate chip, like crunchy or soft chocolate chip. Soft
I can't do burnt cookies. Like I like it when they're like right before they're brown.
Oh, okay. So you like almost eating cookie
I'll
dough.
eat cookie dough first.
I like
I like
cookie
and
dough.
they have a warning. They're like, don't eat raw. I'm like, yeah, fuck you.
Never had a problem. Ever.
I wonder if there's a case of someone getting sick off. There's gotta be.
Well, the same vanilla, dude.
They have that.
Raw
The warnings on shit. You know what I mean? Like
someone had to do it.
Someone did it. I had a chainsaw like 10 years ago, and it said on the bar, it said, "Do not stop chain with genitals." And I'm like thinking, someone got hit. with a hefty lawsuit. Even ramen noodles says may be hot after microwaving. Or is it Campbell's? One of the two of those motherfuckers.
I'm trying to imagine an instance where I'd want to stick my dick in...
On a chain?
Yeah.
On a spinning chain?
Yeah.
That's a bad bet.
Like, there's got to be something else that was...
Leading up?
Right, no, something
were
else
you
that was
sober?
more important, right? It's like, I either stick my dick here or I'm using it on something else that's more important. I'm trying to think of something else that's more important, and I'm coming up short.
You ever seen those like table saws that if you touch with like a hot
Yeah,
knife,
it's
it'll
like
stop?
instantaneous. It's awesome.
It's like it'll stop, and it's like yeah. I was like, well, put your fucking finger on it, motherfucker.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's still going in.
like
And how many years of technology that takes to get like, a tiny cut, right?
yeah.
So people just lose an entire finger. It's like, oh shit. Well,
When do you think we're gonna switch from like chainsaws to like lightsabers?
like laser cutters?
Mhm.
There's already laser cutters.
Yeah, but I
Laser
mean like
cutters.
like you go to Lowe's and it's like
There's
yeah.
a lightsaber for
Like a lightsaber
$20.99.
chainsaw, it's like yeah, burn through your tree at like freaking speed.
Yeah.
Like,
There are lightsabers out there. They don't do anything yet. They're mainly just like
like the
they
freaking
don't-
things they pop balloons with.
Yeah,
It's
well,
a
there's a
start.
laser. Yeah, it's a start. Yeah.
Like
But it's gonna be a hot minute.
Yeah.
We have to find some way to stabilize whatever it is, right? And if you're bashing at things, obviously that kind of doesn't help with stabilization.
can you imagine if there were lightsabers, what the warning label would be on that? Do not stop playing. Do not stop lightsaber with genitals.
There's a scene in A New Hope where Obi-Wan takes Luke back to his dwelling and he hands him his father's lightsaber, right? And the first thing Luke does is he points it at his face. Like, legit, just picks it up and points it at his face. And, yeah, too many of those accidents. Oh, is it on?
Ah,
Fuck, it's on!
And that was the end of the Force.
Yep, the end.
Chuck
Back
Norris
to my
is in a new one.
dark Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's the Force.
Oh, sick, dog. That was, no.
Have you seen?
No.
Have you seen
No.
the previews for the new one yet?
Yeah.
It looks pretty.
I'm a rather big Star Wars fan.
Are you really?
Oh, I'm massive, dude.
In
Star Wars fan, I'm also kind of big, but...
I love
That's
I love Star Wars. I never got into Harry Potter.
No. Lord of the Rings, Star Wars.
Lord of the Rings was really cool. Lord of the Rings is one of those ones I had to like watch as an adult after I watched it as a child to understand. It was more than.
As a child, I skipped to the battle scenes.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
I never watched
the one
war
where they
parts.
when they do the wall when they're fighting the wall.
Yeah,
that
was
is
such a good one.
Bro.
Well, you miss if you just say that, you miss everything else.
Yeah,
and it's
Why are they
so
there?
much. It is good.
Yeah.
Like that little snippet is so good.
Yeah, they did an awesome job with this, especially for the times. Like, it's crazy how far like CGI has come.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even like Jurassic Park was far beyond its fucking days. Like,
Well, Avatar, the old
Avatar.
one, that was back in the day. That was hella good, dude.
and that was like early 2000s.
Yeah, 2001, 2
No.
maybe.
10,
Oh,
2010.
11.
Yeah,
It was
somewhere
2011.
around there.
You're right. I'm thinking. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm retarded.
I did the same thing. Don't make like 1 and 10.
Yeah, it's 2001. Yeah.
But like
dyslexic.
that was so far beyond its time, and like the idea that we have the ability to make shit like that in a movie.
Well, think about projectors, like holograms. It's already a thing.
I was watching this thing where they said they made Tupac reappear on stage to do a bit in a
Really?
song, and I'm like, bro, that's scary.
Well, think about in the new stars like Carrie Fisher.
Mhm.
She's totally CGI.
Oh, really?
She's dead, brother.
I don't know.
Oh
Like,
my god.
I know she's dead.
Yeah, she's dead. But she's totally CGI.
wow, 'cause I saw the previews and she's in them.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
As
creepy.
far as I know,
Ooh,
she's
wow,
totally CGI.
let me
Someone's
check that
probably gonna correct me on here. No, it's actually
She's
so-and-so.
hanging out with
But
Elvis.
99% positive, she's totally CGI and all of that.
Do you know those people that think like Tupac and Biggie and Elvis are
Elvis
still
are all
alive?
alive and they're off somewhere. Yeah,
Well, you
right.
know what, motherfucker? How old are they now? Like, that's a good question. I bet you Biggie's about 45.
Sure.
You know, like-
I'm thinking more of Elvis, and he's
Elvis is gotta be in his 80s.
At least.
Like,
Yeah,
what-
sure.
Where are they now?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
he actually served in the army. Did you know that?
who did?
Elvis.
Really?
Yeah.
So did Hendrix.
Yeah.
Actually, he was
Well, drafted.
Yeah, I think he
Elvis
jumped out
was
of
drafted.
planes. He wrote like Purple Haze on a plane.
He may have.
As
Elvis
he was
was,
about to
yeah. In the book I'm listening to, About Face, by Colonel David Hackworth, hell of a good read. Hackworth's friend was actually Elvis's PL.
Really?
Knew the dude. Oh yeah, he was a
No
phenomenal
shit.
soldier. Oh yeah, like everybody liked him. Super good at what he did.
Hold up, I gotta piss him, motherfucker.
Yeah, go for it, dog.
Is that it? Alright, cool.
Cool. Yeah, but
Yeah.
he was in the army.
Do you see combat?
Yeah, I think so. I believe he did. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Lots of people did, and so it's kind of hard to say.
He's a, it's crazy because like I think combat will change a person. Like I was talking about my homeboy that was like he's a door kicker, but you look in his eyes and there's a feeling of like he's an animal when he wants to be. Completely cool, but like
there's a switch you can just flip and it's
people like get on this shit about like pit bulls are horrible dogs. It's like no, people are fucking horrible.
Yeah, no, that's
we are by far the worst thing on this planet, like hands down. Like people are like, oh, I got eaten by a shark. It's a bad shark. I'm like, no, a shark is doing what a shark does. Like people mass murder, start shit, make news blogs. You know.
Sure, nature's pretty metal.
Yeah.
As the Reddit subreddit goes. Reddit subreddit, nice.
Yeah. Dude, Reddit is who the fuck came up with Reddit? Like,
I couldn't answer the question. I have no idea.
They're brilliant. Reddit gave me plenty of toilet reading.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Hours of toilet reading.
At least it's my go-to. Well, my go-to. But
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where you're going with that one.
Yeah, we were talking about people sucking.
In combat. Yeah.
So like, when you take a person and you expose them to like unbelievable horrors like that.
Oh, sure.
It like
it's gonna change you.
You know what I mean? But like, how many vets do you know that go out and cause like school shootings? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like a vet thing to do. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's suppressed.
No. So here's the okay. Let's.
And they've been exposed like way worse than
absolutely
anyone.
Sure.
I can't think of
not
very
necessarily
much worse
anyone,
than
but yes. We'll go. So there are two ways you can approach this, right? You have veterans that are certainly do come back angry and jaded and legitimately pissed off at culture, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have others that they suppress the changes, as you say, or the differences, and they just suppress whatever, and they just do their job. Compartmentalization. Wow. That was
a good one, though.
Damn. All right.
How many syllables is that?
Yeah, because you're like, you have that mentality of, all right, this needs to be accomplished. I don't have time. I shouldn't think about this, so I'm going to get this done. And then when I'm done, I think about it. So it's, I'm not going to show this to my family. I'm not going to show this to my platoon, my squad, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But also think of the mentality most people have, I want to go serve, right? It's all volunteer. There are no drafts anymore for right now. So you have to take the first step and say, I want to, if we're talking about combat, I want to risk my life for people I don't know anybody, right? For, the people in America and the people in the country they're going to, and I volunteer to do it. I don't have to do it. No one's going to look down on me for not serving. It's not a popular thing to do, if you will. But you have that mentality of service and sacrifice. And so a lot of times there's even that thought that comes into their head to injure anybody else or harm anybody else when they come back. It's 90% of the time.
I did that there. That's not me here.
Right. It's inflicted on yourself, and it's kind of reflected back at you and internalized, and that will destroy you 100%. If you just internalize stuff like that and never talk about it, it's just the simplest thing. Just talking about something, it's absurd how much relief and that's how you get over something. You can't just keep these dark thoughts and this stuff in your head without saying something, or it will destroy you 100%.
Oh yeah.
You may be the toughest dude out there, you may be able to last 10, 20 years, but eventually it's going to destroy you.
Without a doubt.
So I think that's why you don't see much, if any, veterans doing stuff like we see, mass shooting and stuff. You do have those disillusioned, wow, veterans that are certainly angry at the system, angry at people, angry at whatever.
But no one's scared of vets, you know what I mean? They're scared of freaking...
Nobody in their right mind is scared of.
They're scared of, like, 16-year-old kids, you know what I mean? Which is insane to me, Unless they're a fucking brown belt.
That's true.
It's like,
Jujitsu versus a weapon...
Yeah.
It's a...
Yeah, without a doubt. There was I was listening to this thing the other day. You know what paradoxes are? Like,
sure.
if there is a God, what came before God, kind of shit.
Or if there's a God, can you make a stone that he used so?
So
yeah,
so heaven. There's
it's
this.
stupid, but yeah, keep going.
There was this one
Interesting.
that was about fighter pilots I was listening to,
Okay.
and it was like they're trying to claim insanity, and they're like I'm insane.
For what?
Because they were scared not to go into dogfights.
Yep.
And they were like, I'm insane, I can't go into this dogfight. And they were like, well, you're not insane because anybody in their right mind would be insane to go into a dogfight. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Isn't that good? And then
then
it's like, well, I'm insane because I want to go into this dogfight. And then the paradox of that is, well, you're trained and you want to serve your country.
so
You're not insane. So it's just a fucking ongoing...
Mm.
That's vicious, right?
You.
That's fucking
You're
vicious. And
yeah,
it blew my
yeah.
fucking mind when I heard that because I was like, damn, they're right. Like, you would have to be crazy to go in a dogfight. But then again, after that, you signed up for it. So you'd have to be crazy not to go do what you signed up. You know what I mean? What you wanted to do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, that's deep. And that goes...
Still trying to process that first one, but yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts, right? And it makes sense. So that's what they were doing
Good
back
point,
in, like, the early wars when, like, dogfighting was a big
It's a
thing.
legit thing. It's not so much anymore, but if we ever get into a near peer conflict, that's a huge thing.
Well, it's crazy because, like, us as humans, we're so... We want to take each other over so much, you know what I mean? But, like, what would really, really rock humanity as a whole is, like, if an outside force... You know what I mean? Like if aliens came down and fucked with humans, instead of, like, fucked with America, fucked with Russia, they fucked with
the entire
Earth.
world.
What? Wow. Like, that's, like... Then it's, like... There goes sexism, racism, everything out the fucking window.
So that's also another phenomenon, if you will. I don't know the technical term for this, but it's any great catastrophe brings people together.
9/11.
Everyone
was holding freaking flags, and now everyone's like...
And I was promised that there were instances that weren't... Like, you can't blanket statement anything, right? There were instances of people, you know, oh, this kid looks like a Muslim and beat the hell out of him. Right? There were instances of that, right? But the majority of people got together, worked together, and forgot, oh, I'm black, he's white, whatever, you know? Race, gender, whatever. And worked together to fix shit and get shit done.
It's so crazy the world we live in now where people get mad over dumb shit, you know, like...
Oh, dude. It's
And I don't judge anybody by anything except for if you're an asshole or not. That's pretty much, like, my thing. Like, you suck or you don't suck, in my book. Or maybe you're borderline, you kind of suck.
Okay.
But, like...
Fair enough.
Like, if I was blind, I would never be able to... You know what I mean? It would suck, But, like, you'd never be able to get a first impression off of someone if they didn't say anything.
No.
You know what I mean?
You smell like be a daredevil.
Back to what stinks and what doesn't stink.
True. So back to the whole, like, civilization and bringing people together, right? So there's a little. You ever heard of Jordan Peterson?
Is he the philosopher guy?
Yep. He's a philosopher. He's Canadian.
Yeah, I have heard of him. Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's a freaking awesome dude.
He's on Joe Rogan sometimes.
Yeah,
actually.
and Jocko.
He is.
I freaking love Jocko. So there's something that I'm gonna fuck this up so hard. Basically, he says that hard times breed hard people. Hard people bring good times. Good times bring soft people. Soft people bring hard times. Right?
Yeah.
It's a circle, right?
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to look in today's culture, right? We're hella soft.
Yeah.
As a whole, there are communities that aren't as soft, but we are soft. I mean, we're pussies. Think back to World War II. That's an easy one, right? Oh, there were some hard motherfuckers in there, dude. Some scary people.
I was just reading about this dude that flew a fucking Huey in like 13 times until he got everyone out. And then he found out at the end of that he had like 3 bullet holes in his leg.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That is a hard mother.
That is disgusting.
There are people that are 80 years old that at 18 years old were storming fucking beaches.
16 years old, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Storming beaches. Dude. And And, like, it's crazy, at my age, the hardest person that I can name, you know what I mean? People, like, have these, like, fake inspirations. Like,
oh, sure.
Who was the OJ lawyer that became a girl? Oh, God. He's part of the Kardashians.
Oh.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Sure.
Is that who it was? I'm sorry if
I knew who Caitlyn Jenner is. I don't know.
The one, the guy became a girl.
Yeah, I'm tracking.
And everyone's like, I'm so proud of him for being so brave, and it's just like, that's. I mean, I get that to be like that around your friends. Like, if I came into jiu-jitsu, like, guys, I decided I was gonna shave my fucking nipple off. Like, I get
the hair, dog.
I shaved my hair, and I decided, like, I don't want any hair anymore. I really feel how you guys were judging me. I guess that would be a brave thing for me to do if it's what I really wanted to do.
But it's not that brave.
But like, compared to fucking like.
Oh yeah, if people want to compare these two things, that like,
no,
you being a Marine's not that hard, like coming out as gay. Yeah, congratulations.
No, like that's nuts to me.
You let me know when you step outside and just bullets just come flying at you, dude.
Yeah.
You let me know. And then you have to run to that machine gun. That machine gun's just shooting at you.
Yeah.
That's fucking scary, dude.
That, dude.
So when you said Caitlyn Jenner, I thought of a meme I saw the other day, and it's a dick driving a car. And suddenly someone cuts him off. And the dick's like, oh, who would cut me off like that? And the other girl, the other car that cut him off is Caitlyn Jenner. It's the greatest thing. It's so dumb.
Oh,
that's where my mind
memes
goes.
have saved our fucking.
Oh
our
my
life.
god,
dude. It's crazy because as I've been a kid, it was funny to be super inappropriate.
Yep.
And then it was frowned upon to be inappropriate.
Well, you got older.
Yeah.
And there was like a middle stage where it's like, oh, this is bad.
Don't
you get
say
to like
that
now.
before, and now it's like say it
because
funny.
Do you remember Vine was the thing? You ever watch Vines?
Yes. Whatever happened to Vine?
It disappeared and it's become TikTok. And
It become TikTok.
You know they're making a dating app?
TikTok is?
No, but
Oh.
they're word on the street is.
Oh. Well, I know you got to work tomorrow, man. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no worries, dog. It was a fucking pleasure.
Hell yeah, this has been awesome. Like,
Enjoyed it. Let's get John on here.
Yeah, John's next. One day if you ever show back up.
We'll get both of us. We'll all three bullshit.
Oh, bro.
The whitest
We're
belts,
we're
you
getting
know.
patches.
The whitest belts, you
Bro.
know. This is gonna be freaking phenomenal,
Oh, till next time.
dude. See you, boys.